Yes, this is an important study, and any physicist, chemist, even biologists, all should definitely try to learn about this. It's called particle interaction congruence. It's when you have interactions with different particles, and even like, photons, magnetic fields, and even like quantum particles that are within the atom, or your electrons, any other particle that exists, whatever, your nuclear protonic energy, all different forms of energy, they all exist as particles, and the whole theory of life is pretty much existent in particles. Like, everything is geometrical. It probably has volume, most likely. There's nothing that could exist without volume. So everything is made of tiny little volumes called particles. Everything that interacts, that possibly could interact, is most likely a particle. If it doesn't have volume, it can't exist. That's a law of geometry, is that if it doesn't have volume, it really doesn't exist. So, particle interaction congruence is an important study. I just studied the alignment of magnetic field particles to a copper conductor electric flow in a coil of motor wire. I found the magnet cannot make current transversely positioned, so it has to change in polarity across all the run of the wire. Particle studies will be important in particle physics at Fermi labs and CERN. They might someday solve perpetual energy by making new particles that never existed that react specifically. And this is 2022 here, September 3rd, 2022 at 2:11 a.m. My name is Leonard Gantz Jr. So you need to study, especially as a physicist and a chemist even, you basically need to really get down with some particle interaction congruence. Because even frequencies, so-called frequencies that I have a problem with, so-called frequencies of photons or light, they claim that they react specifically to different geometrical figures of chemistry. So they might react in certain ways. They might travel through a medium in different ways based on their frequency and their amplitudes. And there's just different things that particles can do, and we probably don't know all of it. We haven't really indulged in measuring particle interaction congruence. What we're learning is that sometimes higher frequencies of photons aren't congruent with reacting versus lower frequencies. Or it could be the opposite. Higher frequencies will react while lower frequencies will not, with different forms of atoms and material. Even human beings, different frequencies might not react with our bodies, while other frequencies might, whether it be high or low or whatever frequency it might be. So that's what we call particle interaction congruence, just like this magnetic field. Basically, I used an electric motor and spun a magnet transverse inside of a coil, and it would not produce any current. But if I ran it parallel, it would put out a small amount of current when I was using it on just a stick. So like, I couldn't run it on my motor because my motor had a magnetic shaft, so it wouldn't allow me to connect the magnet unless it was transverse. So I had to design a shaft adapter to mount the magnet transverse so that I can build my generator. But basically, that's all particle interaction congruence. Transverse magnets and alternating current generators will not generate any electricity. So thanks for watching. Bye.